With over 800 languages, dramatic highlands, pristine coral reefs, and a rich tradition of tribal artistry and song, this is a country that has long welcomed the world with warmth. And we welcome you to Papua New Guinea's capital city of Port Moresby, as the PNG Football Stadium plays host to the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships 2026 qualification campaign. I'm your commentator for this afternoon, Jeremy Moggy. I'm proud to be able to bring these matches here this afternoon over the next few days. As we see here this afternoon, it is American Samoa taking on the Cook Islands in match day 1 of the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships for 2026 qualifying. With all three nations taking part, well, we have American Samoa, the Cook Islands, and host Papua New Guinea. They'll be competing in a round-robin tournament for a single coveted spot at the main championship. That'll be held in Honiara, Solomon Islands in September of this year. American Samoa had arrived in Port Moresby early to acclimatize, as they were looking to build on their historic qualification for the championship in the previous cycle and once again defy expectations. And with only one ticket to the main event, for them, every match promises to be a compelling test of skill and nerve for these young footballers in the Pacific. American Samoa have Alofa Kosatatino in goal, Naimanu Samuelu, Taufanga Piu Luvu, Nancy Polaunga, Tia Vauli, Salvation Taula, Henrietta Oneone, Hope Malala, Abigail Sam, Harmony Lemmy. The team is captained by Salvation Tui Laupua. American Samoa playing with that conservative 4-4-2 formation here this afternoon. And across to their opposition, well, the Cook Islands carry the memory of narrowly missing out in the previous cycle. It was a driving force for a squad that's determined to go on better this time around. In fact, the head coach, Tuka Tissam, had said that this would be a huge opportunity for the squad that he has as they look to get their chance in the next round, which will obviously mean a lot for this young side. The Cook Islands have Alanda Ngaroy in goal, Hefrani Nasimulu, Tetia Nui Pitomaki, Johanna Mustinen, Teneva Tau, Tehana Renga, Tehani Aperau Bob, Metua Maru Arere, Merani Messine, Jade Jameson, with Mamia Piri Savage, captain's side here this afternoon. The Cook Islands playing with a very defensive 5-2-3 formation as they look to secure a victory against their opposition, American Samoa. For the Cook Islands, well, despite only having about 15,000 inhabitants, they've built an impressive football development system that's been centered on the Xifa home of football in Rarotonga. It's a FIFA-funded national academy with international standard pitches. They've also got a unique club licensing system that requires every club to field both a senior men's and women's side. And that ensures community-wide opportunities. And the Cook Islands recently stepped up as a host nation for the Under-16 Women's Championship qualifying tournament last year in 2025. And they continue to invest in youth coaching courses for players from the age of 13 to 17. American Samoa themselves, well, that arrived with a quiet confidence. Previously, they reached the championship in the previous cycle. They are aiming to replicate that success. Their head coach, Diane Justice, believes the team's arrival in Port Moresby, well, arriving early, has been crucial. And they come in here with the same intention of getting to the next stage. Undoubtedly an extra source of inspiration for American Samoa is knowing that the senior women's national team recently made a stunning run to the semi-finals of the FIFA Women's World Cup Oceania qualifiers. In fact, they notched famous wins over Samoa and the Solomon Islands along the way. And that groundbreaking campaign has really reshaped expectations for football in the territory. As we know, these under-16 players will be eager to follow in their footsteps. For both sides, with everything to play for, well, this is more than an opening match. It's a first step towards the main stage. And undoubtedly, we are expecting a lot of action here this afternoon. Interestingly, though, for the Cook Islands, well, they've got a familiar name in Perry Savage. Undoubtedly, there have been other members of that same family that have represented the Cook Islands at senior level. And of course, with the bench that I can see right now, I've got Nari Rai and Klasi Nia with Michaela Tangatakino on the bench, as well as Alex Ray and Kivana Arere alongside her sister Metua Maru. They join the Cook Islands here this afternoon. American Samoa, though, they've also got a set of familiar names. I can see Vailini Fonua, who is on the bench this afternoon for the team from American Samoa, as well, only moments to go until we see the arrival of both sides onto the pitch. As both of these teams making their debut. One of these players, undoubtedly, is their first international experience. And a fantastic opportunity they will undoubtedly have here this afternoon as the PNG Football Stadium plays host to only its third tournament of the year. In fact, this stadium hosts this tournament, the qualifying phase for the Under-16 Women's Championships. And later on this year, they'll be hosting the Under-19 Men's Championships as well. That will be a 2-week tournament. As we see both American Samoa in red, Cook Islands playing in their traditional green outfit. It's a kit that they've had for a number of years, in fact dating back to I think 2020. Smiles on the faces of these young players that we see here this afternoon. As we stand by for the national anthems of both countries. Smiles on the faces of both of these teams' players as they make their first ever international debuts for their respective national teams. To our viewers across in American Samoa and the Cook Islands, we welcome you here to Papua New Guinea as we bring to you these fixtures. So our match officials for this afternoon, Jovita Ambrose. She's assisted by Veronica Kiko and Madeline Gruben, with the fourth official, Yantama Atoa. Well, undoubtedly, you can tell that this will, of course, be a memorable experience for each and every one of these young players taking part here in this tournament. In fact, it's one of the first times that Papua New Guinea has ever hosted a youth tournament. Over the course of the years dating back, I think, to 2010, we've only ever seen the OFC Champions League tournaments and, of course, senior international tourneys that occur. And rarely has the nation ever hosted a youth tournament, and what a time for these sides to be here this afternoon as we see captains for both American Samoa and the Cook Islands, Tuilapua. As they signal for both teams to enter the center of the pitch. In fact, what we'll be observing is a moment of silence as in memory of the late Mrs. Betty Ross. Mrs. Ross was a much respected senior women's football administrator who dedicated over 50 years to the development of women's football in PNG's other city, Lae. She's also the mother of the PNG women's national team assistant coach, Edna Thomas. We send our deepest condolences to her family, friends, and the football community in Papua New Guinea. As our referee, Jovita Ambrose. The ball in the center, and both teams now looking to see an exciting brand of football from the youngest members of the Oceania Football Confederation's sides. In fact, it's great that there's a number of tournaments for women this year. In fact, there'll be the OFC Women's Champions League. That'll be held in the Solomon Islands in June. Smiles on the audience that is here at the PNG Football Stadium as American Samoa. And their chant ahead of the start of this fixture. In the center of your screens, you can see Metua Maru Arere. She's wearing the number 12 jersey for the Cook Islands, and she starts off play here this afternoon. And pushing forward, well, that is Pitomaki, the bandaged right leg. It's a great pass from Taua as the Cook Islands playing from right to left in green. Press forward with the first attack of the afternoon. Constantino to Malele. Well, that ball goes out of throw. This is Hope Malala. And turning away to control, that is Teniva Tau. There's Tau again looking for the true ball up front for Tehanarui Ngaha. And now American Samoa looking to push forward through Abigail Sam. Abigail Sam taking on Piri Savage. The captain clears for the Cook Islands. There's a throw for American Samoa. Let's hope Malala with the number 9 on her back. Interesting that she's wearing the jersey normally attributed to a more attacking player. Finds herself at left back here this afternoon as this ball cleared away. Almost got past Taulaupua. You can just see Tehanarui Nga as American Samoa. Well, they'd found themselves in the box. The Alanda Ngaroe, she clears this high. A follow-up clearance by Samuelu. Heads into the air instead. And dropping back is Mastonen. One goes out of play. It's a throw for American Samoa. One of the things that has been a focus on across much of the Pacific has been on women's development. So over the years we've seen a lot more younger players coming through the ranks, and of course with the 2023 introduction of the OFC Women's Champions League, now gives a pathway forward for high-level club competition, which undoubtedly will benefit the respective national teams across the 11 member associations of the OFC. Constantino. She cleared that only as far as Taua, who takes the first shot, and this afternoon opens the scoring after 3.5 minutes for the Cook Islands. You can just see the excitement from here in the commentary box. Tehanarui Nga. She found herself right on the edge of the 18. And really with the first attempt on goal, just off her left boot, was able to find the far side. It is the Cook Islands 1 after 3.5 minutes of play here at the PNG Football Stadium. With the first goal coming to Tehanarui Nga in 3.5 minutes. That start will undoubtedly be is very positive for the Cook Islands as they look to press forward yet again. Mistonen, another through ball, decent one also, takes the first touch. There's Nga. Well done in the clearance by Nancy Polounga. Mistonen. She was looking for that through ball for Arere, but the flag is raised on the far side as American Samoa find themselves a goal down and survive again. It's being cleared. This is with Luvu. Mo could only make it as far as the halfway line. It's Mirana Messine. Dropping in the midfield now for American Samoa is Polounga. A switch in play by Tehena Roinga to the far side, looking for Pitomaki. She trying to sprint forward. Tia Vauli, just a fair bit heavy on the touch. The ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Cook Islands. There's another decent ball into the box. Nga looking for a second. She finds it. The Cook Islands find their second goal 3 minutes after they found their first. And again, it's a left midfielder in Tehanare Nga with her second goal. The second of the afternoon for the Cook Islands. It's a great ball across. As now I had read the play, she'd known that ball would be bouncing well. That is Jamieson wearing the number 16 jersey and at left back for the Cook Islands. They're holding their shape quite well also. They've shifted from that 5-2-3 that they had at the start of kickoff. This ball now trying to, you can see it was One. Couldn't quite get the cross in. I think the flag might be raised. None at all at the moment. Costatino forced to come out. Nga again. Now the flag being raised on the far side. It was a great ball in as well. And Costatino, well, again, she'd been forced out through the threat that Tehana Rui. You can just see her sprinting forward, although the flag had stayed down when Narui had the ball. And turning away is Vauli. Polounga. The throw on the far side will be taken by, pushing forward is the captain, Puri Savage. Cook Islands with, well, they're holding their midfield to the edge of the box with 2 players in the 18 at the moment. Here's the throw coming in. And while it was a challenge by Stone, and the ball goes out for a goal kick in favor of American Samoa. Just under 10 minutes played here at the PNG Football Stadium. Wonderful conditions that we have here in the nation's capital of Papua New Guinea. In fact, that'd be in late January. PNG had played host to round number 2 of the OFC Pro League, and the heat had been terrible back then. It's far cooler conditions here this afternoon. Nga gets past the second player. She'll take that shot, went for the far post, and she finds a hat-trick here this afternoon. It is a 3rd goal for the left attacking player. Nare Nga. My oh my, has she proven herself to be a live wire here this afternoon. It's a great one touch also from Arere. And Nga got past. In fact, it took a deflection off of Harmony Lemmy. In any case, it is the Cook Islands leading by 3 goals to nil at the moment. And the goal officially been attributed to Cook Islands number 8, Tehana Ruin Nga. As American Samoa, when they've got players calling for the ball at the moment. Here's One. It'll be a throw for the Cook Islands. This will be taken by Jamieson. She goes long, looking for Arere. Coming into cover in defense was Luvu. And Pitomaki. Ball played in the air at the moment. There's Ta'ua. Hops back for a captain. A great touch from Jay Jamieson, although Messina couldn't quite latch onto it. A short throw taken by Pulaunga. As American Samoa now find themselves further forward. It's the first time they've made it into the Cook Islands defensive third. Now they're looking again for that pace of Nga. The flag raised on the far side. She was sprinting off the left midfielder. Actually been given a lot of problems to Nancy Pulaunga on the right side of defense for American Samoa. It's only the second offside that we've seen here this afternoon. As this free kick will be taken by Namanu Samuelu of American Samoa. In fact, speaking of American Samoa, their senior women's national team really done quite well this year. Through the head coach Amanda Cromwell. And made it to the semi-finals facing New Zealand only last week. Should send them. This is a team, this is a nation that is looking to really build up and push forward, as we see a push forward happening right now by Pitomaki. She got the cross in, although couldn't find her target. It's a goal kick for American Samoa. And nonetheless, just coming back to the recent run of form that the senior women's national team had. They'd beaten Tahiti, the Cook Islands as well, and Tonga in their original qualification campaign for the FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. And then had found themselves in the Solomon Islands, beating the host by 1-0. There's a strike being taken. And she finds goal number 4, Mastonen. It had bounced awkwardly for Costa-Tatino. The Cook Islands, after 15 minutes, have found themselves by 4 goals up. She'd found herself really in the right place. As that ball had bounced back. And Juhani Mastonen, she turned quickly as well. Was an ambitious strike, but rewarded with a goal herself. The Cook Islands now find themselves by 4-0 with a quarter of an hour gone by here at the PNG Football Stadium. And this, the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships for 2026 qualifying phase. And here she is again, Mastonen. Taula. Pulaunga. She took a tumble, I think it was Abigail Sam. She fell awkwardly, she's still down. There's a strong challenge from Teneva Taua. Tau, sorry. Now just being cleared by Samuelu as American Samoa look to find a goal. Driving forward now, Arere. The clearance went from, I think it was Polaunga to Cosatatino. And as a result, I think the referee will just call for a drop ball. Well, it's going to be a free kick inside the box for the Cook Islands. And for those that might be confused, primarily it is because a pass back by a outfield player cannot be handled by the keeper, and I think Cosatatino had accidentally reached for that ball. It'll be a free kick inside the box with both Ternare Tau Nga and, well, she gets a fourth. Went for the strike direct. American Samoa find themselves behind further. And I think it was Arere instead that took that free kick. As we see here in the replay, it was teed up and came off the keeper, Cosatatino. And American Samoa, well, they're still looking for answers at the moment, while the Cook Islands are asking a lot of questions of their defense, and they find themselves by 5-0 up at the moment. Well, we've seen goals from Juhani Mastonen, Tena Ruinga, and Atua Maru Arere. As after 20 minutes gone by here at the PNG Football Stadium.
Own goal by American Samoa.
announcement now being made. It was an actual own goal by Nancy Pulaunga. As we see Mastonen. Great one touch also from Jamieson. And again, that ball forward for the most exciting player that we've seen in the first 20 minutes in Tehana Reina, as Taufanga Piu Luvu to throw for the Cook Islands. Tehane Aperau Bob. And cross coming from Messine. American Samoa looking to clear. And dropping deep is Aperau Bob. And a throw now being taken by Luvu. It's the closest that American Samoa have come to the 18. Luvu's cross goes out the field of play. It'll be a goal kick. In fact, it's going to be the first goal kick the Cook Islands have taken. They've really been able to hold on to a lot more of the ball. In fact, their keeper, Alanda Ngaroy, has not had any of the ball at all. And the throw being taken, Pulaunga. You could see that pass from Abigail Lam-Sam. She's back on her feet after tumbling earlier. Finds herself further afield at the moment. Pulaunga's throw cleared by Messine. Cook Islands looking to break. It's a great through ball for Pitomaki. As Na has moved inward from out wide, although she's beaten by Salvation Tuilapua. Tau Arere. This is Nasimulu, I think. Yes, it is. We're in the number 2 for the Cook Islands. Incidentally, the Cook Islands, I was taking a look at the official match lineups for all the nations that are taking part, and I'd noticed that their head coach Tukatisam was born in Papua New Guinea. So it's a homecoming of sorts for the coach for the Cook Islands. As American Samoa have now been able to string a handful of passes together as Hope Malala pushes forward. As One, although she gives away a free kick, that on a challenge on Mirana Messine. And being relatively cool conditions here in PNG's capital of Port Moresby over the past few days. A strong defensive challenge by Namano Samuelu. Keeps the ball away from the American Samoan half. checking before she turned Johanna Mustonen. A great bit of control also by Teniva Tau. Luvu. Not the ball across, but it was met by Nasimulu. Oh, long ball forward for Pitomaki. Well, she took a shot from wide. She was looking for the far side of the goal, though it ends up in a goal kick instead. There's a good switch also from Pitomaki. It's on the left-hand side. Nga again. I could see that Mustonen had appealed for a throw, although it's gone in favor of American Samoa. Messine for Jamieson. American Samoa now looking to press Vauli. No play just cut out by Cook Islands captain in Mamiya Piri Savage as an offside call is given against Pitomaki. One of the interesting things also about these tournaments is the differences in playing styles that each one of these nations bring. The 11 associations at present within the OFC all have a different cultural playing style of football. Incidentally, in the FIFA Women's World Cup Oceania qualifiers, congratulations to New Zealand, who've qualified for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2027. Those matches will be played in Brazil. In fact, they'd beaten Papua New Guinea by a single goal. While Papua New Guinea themselves will be heading into an intercontinental playoff to see if they themselves can qualify for that World Cup tournament to be held in Brazil. What an experience that will be, and something to look forward to for the young players that we see here in front of us at the moment. Tuilaupua. As Malala hops back for her keeper in Constantino. Tuilaupua. Again, American Samoa now playing very wide with Vauli. Strong defense strong in defense by Piri Savage. That'll be a throw for the Cook Islands. And ball is kept in play by Arere. Was Nasimulu actually. And Na in the box for the Cook Islands. She might make it 6. Well, she went for the near post. Got her hands on her head. She could have added to the tally. What an opportunity for the Cook Islands to extend their lead. as we exceed here again. There's a near post drive. Teanare nga. As Jovita Ambrose has called for a water break. These always happen in matches where the temperature exceeds 28 degrees Celsius. It also allows a opportunity for the teams to have a conversation about what can and could be done on the field of play. You can see Diane Justice, the head coach of American Samoa, also giving instructions to her players. Well, on your screens right now, that's Tuka Tisam and Tira Arere. These cooling breaks, incidentally, they last for about 3 minutes, 90 seconds, or a bit more. They usually occur in the 30-minute mark and the 75th minute. In general, 15 minutes before the end of regulation time. In fact, for clubs and nations in cooler climates, especially if you're coming from, I would assume, Tahiti and New Zealand. In fact, I do believe it's Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands that are the warmest of the Pacific countries within the OFC region, that is, that do find themselves with more water breaks than other sides. Other nations that are also taking part, you've got New Zealand, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Tahiti, Fiji and the Solomon Islands, and Tonga. Those 7 nations will have the winner of this qualification campaign joining them to make it 8 before the OFC Under 16 Women's Championships. In actual fact, that competition is scheduled for Sunday the 6th of September to the 20th of September. It'll be 2 weeks in Honiara. And I will assume those matches will be played at the National Stadium, the capital of the Solomon Islands. It's a wonderful ground. This play about to resume here at the PNG Football Stadium. The score is currently, it is the Cook Islands leading by 5-0 with a hat-trick so far at the feet of Teanare Nga. She'd scored as early as the 4th minute and then doubled the Cook Islands lead 3 minutes after that, before teeing up her strike partner in Herrera to make it 4-0. Actually, there was the 5th goal that had come from a free kick inside the 18. Did take a deflection though off of Constantino. Here she is now with this clearance. Falls to her captain, Tu'ulaupua. Tu'ulaupua clears. Long ball forward for Abigail Sam. Jamison's control to Messine. And a great switch by Mastonen. Cleared by the keeper in Costatino. She's lost her boot as well. The Cook Islands just maintaining possession quite well at the moment. Given away this time, and it's just cleared by Samuelu. It's Piri Savage looking for a through ball this time for Pitomaki in the box. Another shot from range. Though it heads out harmlessly, it's a goal kick for American Samoa. Cleared out again by the American Samoan defense. It's a high ball also. As they're now pressing forward, the team in red. Abigail Sam. And across to take this corner is Tafangapi Uluvu. He's trying to go long into the box. The Cook Islands now under pressure from American Samoa. Though Alanda Ngaroe gathers that ball and launches it forward long. Pitomaki pressing up against Salvation to Ilaupua. The captain wins out this time. Arere. Stonen. Nasimulu. Well, the flag stays down. Arere. She eventually got the cross in for Teanare Na. And that cross took a deflection off of Salvation to Ilaupua. It'll be a corner for the Cook Islands, the first of the afternoon. This corner will be taken by Arere. Off the left boot. It's high. Swinging inward. Rotating back though. Cleared by American Samoa. Arere again. As I think off of her weaker foot that she tried to cross. As Nasimulu was just accidentally clipped by Tuulaupua. So it'll be a free kick for the Cook Islands. It'll be a rare to take. She'd scored one already in the 10th minute. That after being teed up by Nga. After a free kick was conceded inside the penalty area. Arere for the Cook Islands. Goes direct. Constantino punches that away. The clearance, though, from Tuilaupua. It's another corner for the Cook Islands. Arere again will take. Good movement too as well. Players in the box. The header by Puri Savage. Had enough power on it. Headed out for a goal kick. Constantino short for Polaonga. One. She's looking for the run of Abigail Sam. American Samoa though still pressing despite being 5-0 down at the moment. Luvu. Luvu is looking for Abigail Lam Sam. Although Sam couldn't quite control that ball, came off her head, out for a throw in favor of the Cook Islands. Now try to press. What? She's made amends for herself. Abigail Sam. The Cook Islands, well, they had that opportunity through Harmony Lemmy. A left-footed strike though. Ball goes out of play. But the first real chance from American Samoa, showing they can, by stringing a set of passes together, can be able to find themselves threatening the Cook Islands penalty area. So, another ball wide. Great one this time for Pitomaki. Well, both Arere and Nga were still trying to play catch up. It was an early cross as well, decent one also. And Scotatino restarts play again here this afternoon. Arere, he's been fighting up front as well. It's Malala. Puri Savage. She was under a teeny bit of pressure, although clears play. As on the far side, it's a limping Vauli. Actually, it's Abigail Sam. She just hobbles away. It'll be a drop ball. It looks like it's a free kick that's about to be taken. I'm not too sure exactly who for American Samoa is going to take this. It's a decent ball in. Taula will head out. The ball went in the opposite direction instead. And a connecting header from Luvu. Now that goes out for a throw. As I can see on the sideline, the fourth official, Ntama Atoa, about to indicate just how much additional time we may have.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes of added time.
In fact, the announcement has just come about. We've got 3 minutes of additional time. Arere turning away, finds Na. He's got two other players in the box waiting for her, decides to go herself. Arere paused momentarily, Tatino coming out to save that. Stepping away, Sam. Lobs it over for Harmony Lemmy. A throw on the far side. This will be taken by Malala. To throw for her captain, Tulaupua. He's looking for Luvu. But it's won by the Cook Islands, and a great ball from Mastonen for Pitomaki. Pitomaki went near post, parried away. The ball still in play at the moment. And now a high delivery. Well, it's also gone out. Tenivataua. The Cook Islands again. It was a great pass from the midfield in Mastonen. She had switched play. The Cook Islands still have, well, in about 4 to 5 years from now, we'll really be able to tell just how potent their forwards are as they progress into senior women's football. As One's, she was trying to go from range off of her left boot. Though it ends out in a goal kick. And only the third one being taken by the Cook Islands. They've largely held a lot more in both possession and attack. Piri Savage will walk this ball forward before sending it along for Nasimulu. Malala. Tulaupua. And Mitua Maru Arere showing that she can defend from up front. She wins possession of the ball right now. Decides to go herself. Arere. A great save by Costatatino. She'd gotten close, hit the target as well. In fact, she skipped past Samuelu. Then opted off her left boot for the near post. As the referee, Jovita Ambrose, has called an end to the first 45 minutes here at the PNG Football Stadium. The halftime scores as they are, it is the Cook Islands 5, American Samoa 0.
Your halftime score here at the PNG Football Stadium for the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship 2026. Cook Islands.
As we take a look at the first 45 that had occurred. Both teams had entered this tournament knowing that a win was crucial, would be crucial. The first goal had actually come as early as the 3rd minute with Tehana Rui Nga off of her left boot. And soon after that, in the 6th minute, she took a second, finding the exact same spot. You could see the celebrations. And then on 10 minutes, Nga found her hat-trick, placing the Cook Islands 3 in front. After those, should also turn provider. Dart in pass before teeing up Harere. Before this strike in the 15th minute, I think it was, by Mastonen. And then come off the keeper in Costatino. This one also a strike being taken by Harere in the 18th minute had seen the Cook Islands by 5-0 up. The halftime score here at the PNG Football Stadium, it is the Cook Islands 5, American Samoa 0.
Oceania Football Confederation would like to take this opportunity to highlight the values that underpin the delivery of football in our region, namely respect and integrity. On that basis, we would like to remind all fans and supporters that abuse of any kind, whether online or otherwise, towards players, team staff, match officials, administrators, or anyone else connected with our game, goes against the OFC values and will not be tolerated. Please remember to be kind. If you see something, say something. For any safeguarding concerns, please email safe@oceaniafootball.com.
OFC Under-16 Women's Championship qualifying stage. And a massive thank you to the sponsors for this great event. We thank Telecom PNG, Paradise Foods, also IPI.
Welcome back to the PNG Football Stadium as we bring to you the OFC Under-16 Women's Championship 2026 qualifying tournament. And as we've just seen, the power of football, well, football across Oceania is more than a game. It's a powerful vehicle for social development. And it's why OFC launched its Power of Football strategy in 2023 to enhance the well-being of individuals and communities. Built on 4 pillars: a healthy, inclusive, resilient, and flourishing Oceania, and it's also guided by the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The strategy harnesses the sport to tackle poor health, social inclusion, poverty, and climate disruption. And moments to go until we await the start of the second half here this afternoon, as Papua New Guinea plays host to its
American Samoa.
first ever youth tournament being hosted in the country. As we see now both sides now on the pitch. As a substitution has been made for the Cook Islands. And it's Peter Maki that will come out. And coming in is Nearest Fish, on the right-hand side of midfield for the Cook Islands.
Substitution
the scores as they stand. It is the Cook Islands leading by 5-0 at the moment.
Replaced by number 15.
3 of those goals have come through Tena Roina. She'd scored as early as the 4th minute of play. Here she is now. Play just cut out by Samuelu. Cleared by Polounga. Nga again. Pure Savage. And the ball was just missed by Tau. Pushing forward, American Samoa through Salvation Taula. They eventually get the ball across to Henrietta Oneone. She gets a cross in. Nandang Maroy in goal for the Cook Islands collects this ball. And clearance lands only at the feet of Luvu. As American Samoa in the first half had not been able to get into the Cook Islands half. Although the first few minutes of the second, they found themselves with a better bit of territory. Drops now, what? Pushing forward also. Lam Sam. As the substitute, Neris Fish, well, she's trying to dart forward. A free kick given against her for this challenge on Polounga. It's Malala, sorry, wearing the number 9 jersey. Here she is coming across to take this free kick. That's cut out by Arere. Fish. Arere looking for Nga. Bit of pace about her as well. Off her right boot, near post. It's a great run forward by Cook Islands left attacking midfielder. There's a great ball forward from Arere as well. This is clearance now at the feet of Taula. Polounga. She placed Samuelu just under a teeny bit of pressure there. Stonen, Arere looking for Fish, turning away, however is Tau. Costatino. Well, she'd seen Neris Fish nearby. Jamison's header away as she looks for Nga. And this ball just cleared off by I think it was Polounga. There's now American Samoa pushing forward to their captain. Well, it's Hope Malala. Now with their captain, Tuilaupua. Covering in defense for the Cook Islands, Piri Savage. Fish. For Herrera, again the pace forward by the Cook Islands forwards. Although the flag raised, it's an offside call given against Metuamaru Arere. It's a great diagonal run that had been made as well. Tried to cut it back with her right boot. Fish wins that clearance. Here's Arere. Stonen. Taula for American Samoa. Wanted a longer ball forward, though it's cut out by Jamieson. Tau. Another long ball forward, looking for a forward, although she's just out-muscled there by Costatatino. And the Cook Islands will be given a free kick. With about 51 minutes gone by here at the PNG Football Stadium. Scores as they are. It is the Cook Islands 5. Here's the challenge by Alofa Costatatino on Teanerai Nga. Nearest Fish will take this free kick. Almost everybody back for American Samoa. They've opted not to have a wall. Fish. She goes near post, took a deflection. And I think it came off of Arere. And after 52 minutes, the Cook Islands have extended their lead to 6. Was that near post delivery from Neris Fish that found her target.
Goal for Cook Islands, number 15, Neris Fish.
And that deflection just coming off Arere. As the Cook Islands will play broken down, there's a free kick being given against them. Dropping back deeper now is Nasimulu Fish. Play just stopped yet again as Jovita Ambrose, the referee, has a conversation with both Neris Fish and Tafanga Piuluvu. After 52 minutes, it is the Cook Islands leading by 6-0. Neris Fish again. Well, an interesting change that has been made by Tukatisam. The Cook Islands have raised the tempo here in the second half. As again, American Samoa. That's a great touch forward also by Luvu, although she couldn't quite find her teammates. She's the captain in Tuulaupua. And again, Arere trying to use that pace forward. Fish. A great bit of skill by Neris Fish, stepping over. Now American Samoa to Hope Malala. Malala, one. Be a throw now to be taken by Polaunga. She's held her ground in the second half. She's been under a lot of pressure in the first. And in the back of that play we have a player down at the moment. It looks to be Hope Malala. We had all our eyes on the far side. Though she does appear to be in a bit of discomfort at the moment. You can see the coaching staff also there. That's Lo'awasko, who's the physiotherapist for American Samoa, just giving a fair bit of attention to Hope Malala. And she might have clipped her ankle. She's being assisted off gingerly. Injuries at this level are always something to be wary of. Well, we have to commend her bravery. For holding her own until this injury. We do wish her well in recovery. As she spends her time here in Papua New Guinea for these championships. Substitution will have to be made. The pace from Arere again inside the box for the Cook Islands. She might be looking for her hat trick. Cuts it in near post yet again. And I'm looking at the substitutes bench for American Samoa. They're currently playing with 10 players at the moment. I can see Finau Tupui, who's on the sideline, about to come in for the injured Hope Malala. Polaunga. She opted long, she opted for Taula. Darting in, Vauli plays a little similarly to Arere, as Jovita Ambrose, the referee from the Solomon Islands, now calls for the substitution to be made. And it is Finau Tupui that'll come in.
Number 9, Hope Malala, replaced by number 12, Finau Tupui.
One. Messine. Just cleared out by Jay Jamieson. This will be a free kick to be taken by Mariana Messine. As we hit the hour mark here at the PNG Football Stadium, as Papua New Guinea plays host to the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships 2026 qualifying tournament. The winner of this group of 3 will join 7 other nations in New Zealand, Fiji, Vanuatu, the Solomon Islands, Tahiti, Tonga, and New Caledonia in the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships. And they'll be held in Honiara from, I think it's September the 4th to the 18th. That's the 6th to the 20th. Incidentally, PNG will also play host to another youth tournament in the men's under-19, which is scheduled for July. It's a great run by Nere's Fish. She's really injected not just pace but a lot of technical ability after her introduction. Puri Savage. And that throw almost cut out by her opposite number in Tafangapiu Luvu. Puri Savage's throw over the head of Nere's Fish is gathered by Salvation Tuilaupua. Fish's challenge on Abigail Sam almost left her sprawling. There's another throw being taken by American Samoa. They, after 51 minutes, found themselves staring at a large goal deficit. If the scores stay as they are, it'll be the Cook Islands in top spot, with American Samoa in second place and Papua New Guinea yet to play. The home side, as their fixtures in the coming days, taken on, I think it's the Cook Islands. Mamia Puri Savage. Cook Islands have just found themselves pinned down on the right-hand side of defense. As we see, I think it's Abigail Sam that's down. She, I think, had been injured in that challenge against, I'm not too sure whether it was Tinivatau or Johanna Stonen. She's clutching at her left calf at the moment. She's also been assisted off. I think she might have twisted her ankle. You can see her being lifted gingerly, dragging that left foot behind her as well. Although I'm not too sure, they may also be a cramp as well. It's a small audience that we have here at the PNG Football Stadium. As over the coming days, the host nation will also be featuring. Incidentally, the winner of this group, as I made mention of, will join 7 others. Nere's Fish Scott Arere nga. Waiting and lurking. That's a great challenge by Tui Laupua. And a throw now to be taken by the Cook Islands. Puri Savage up short for Fish. And ball still kept in play, though that pass by Fish just a teeny bit casual. You can just hear the voice of Cook Islands coach Tukatissam. Simultaneously, just in front of me, I can see Abigail Lam-Sam, who was being attended to by the American Samoa coaching staff. She was, in fact, having a fair bit of attention being paid towards her left calf. And that being stretched out as well, as Arere will take a free kick for the Cook Islands. Roughly about 30 meters out. Arere, who scored and had a free kick in the first half. Now with her hat-trick as well. Arere. Well, she goes direct, curling. And Arere has scored. It was a great delivery as well by the striker. And the Cook Islands have scored their 7th of the afternoon. And Arere,
Goal for Cook Island, number 12.
on the 67th minute with her hat-trick.
Yellow card for American Samoa, number 5, Nancy Malonga.
As well, just prior to that, well, Nancy Polounga, giving away that free kick, receives the first yellow card of the tournament. As we also note, there may be a number of substitutions about to be made. Tukatissam just advising his bench to warm up. In fact, it's the American Samoan bench in which we may see some changes. About to occur. Yes, it'll be another free kick, maybe given in favor of the Cook Islands, I think. It'll be Neri's Fish over the ball this time. Fish, well, from a fair bit away, the American Samoan side has a 5-person wall. Fish will go from distance. Well, she hit that hard. Was enough power, but goes over the goal mouth harmlessly. It'll be a goal kick for American Samoa. As we now see a number of changes to be made for the Cook Islands. It'll be Clashe Nia.
Substitution for Cook Islands, number 9, Tahani Aparao Bob. Replaced by number
And
7,
Clashe Nia will come in for Tehani Aparo Bob. While Tiniva Tau, she comes off and Kivana Arere comes on. I see also the American Samoan bench also about to
Cook Islands, number 6,
make a change.
replaced by number 13, Kivana Arere.
As Fish places Pulonga under pressure, dropping back in cover. Here's Harmony Lemmy. Mastonen, Fish. Well, he may have taken a deflection off of Tuilaupua. And this may be a corner for the Cook Islands. They've only had 3 so far, 2 of which were in the first half. As you can see again for American Samoa, well, Abigail Sam is still clutching at her left leg simultaneously.
Substitution for American Samoa, number 5, Nancy Polanga.
You can also see the captain that's being attended to. There's the official substitution being made for American Samoa, with Nancy Polaunga coming off and Tasifui Maono, she slots in. What of concern is another player for American Samoa just hobbling off at the moment, and it's their captain this time. In a losing side though, she's been a real stalwart. You can just see the small audience that we have here now. Also, like myself, just showing a fair bit of concern. Back on the pitch, it is Herrera with this cross near post, curler. And that just punched away by Costatino. It'll be another corner for the Cook Islands. A better delivery this time. And Piri Savage, well, she connected with that ball. A great delivery, good header. As the Cook Islands through Mastonen, trying to press forward. One. Playing now. Well, here's the substitute in Kivana Herrera. Turning past is One. It's Lemmy actually, Harmony. And the Cook Islands they've actually dropped back. Teanare Nga. And opted for both Nere's Fish and Klasinia to play up front in that three-prong attack. Mulu winning possession again for the Cook Islands. Oh, great delivery. Split pass and that pace from Arere. Darting into the box. Arere. It's a wonderful through ball, a great run forward, and a superb finish by the Cook Islands. As Metua Maru Arere scores her fourth.
Goal for Cook Islands.
Here's that run again. Look at that pace.
Amaru Arere.
Controlled it well. Then off her left boot, picked the spot nicely.
Samoa, Neil, Cook Islands.
And on 77 minutes, she makes it 8 for the Cook Islands. Being congratulated by the rest of her teammates as well. It's easily one of the best goals I've seen in a youth tournament throughout the years that I've been privileged of watching football. That indeed. Maybe something to look forward to in the next few years as these players progress from youth level into senior international responsibilities. As we get into the 75th minute with, well, 78th minute actually, with our second cooling break. You can just imagine the discussions that are occurring right now by Diane Justice, who's the head coach for American Samoa, and the instructions that are being given to her players. Likewise for her counterpart in Tukatisam for the Cook Islands. He'll undoubtedly be pleased at the execution of his side. While for American Samoa, I have to say, despite them conceding a large number of goals, they have shown tenacity in moving forward. They haven't given up. It is, of course, a sign for the future for American Samoa, riding off the back of the recent successive run of their senior women's national team, making history in 2026 by coming out of the group stage for the first time in, I think it was about 20 years. The side hadn't progressed any further off from 2008 to 2026, 18 years actually. And then of course now they have the youth national sides. Also being given invaluable experience at this level. Well, I'm just trying to confirm because American Samoa had their captain in Salvation Tuilaupua, who had been assisted off from that Arere corner. And I have to check because I can see Naimanu Samuelu with the captain's armband on at the moment. So I'm not too sure. But at the moment, the Cook Islands do have a numerical advantage. It's 11 versus 10. This ball now being cleared. Fish. Great one touch. She trying to tee up the substitute in Klashe Nia. One of the great things is that since the inception of women's youth football, and with the support systems that are now in place across the various countries, and we see a lot of growth in the women's game. The Oceania region does have a ton of potential that could contribute to world football in the years to come. A drop ball will now occur with Arere to take. I'm just looking at the substitutes bench for American Samoa. It does appear that there will be a change as a substitution will be made. For the Cook Islands. I'll also be looking at making a handful of changes as Tissam looks to rest as many of his players as possible before their next fixture, which will be against Papua New Guinea. Arere. Great ball in! And it met the head of the captain, Piri Savage. The set pieces by the Cook Islands, punishing American Samoa. It was a wonderful delivery again. And on 84 minutes, the captain finds herself with a goal. The Cook Islands now with their 9th goal. And as I'd said, the winner of this tournament makes it through to the OFC Under-16 Championships in September. And what that means is at present there'll be a lot of pressure on the hosts, Papua New Guinea. Especially if the squads have equal points, but it all comes down to goal difference. And right now, the Cook Islands are in the driver's seat of this tournament. Darting run by Klashe Nia. Fish. She trying to saunter her way through the American Samoan defense. As I see a host of substitutions now. Well, there was a bit of confusion. The referee had not indicated for a substitution to be made. I could see two Cook Islands players drifting across to get off the field of play. We've got about 4.5 minutes or 4 minutes of regulation time remaining in this opening fixture of the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships. The qualifying. It has been Cook Islands all over American Samoa, scoring as early as the 3rd minute. They're looking to extend their lead to 10. That great run that was had, it was a decent true ball from Fish to Klashe Nia. Here it is, great control by the center forward. Decent ball too. But the pace up front that the Cook Islands have causing a lot of problems for the American Samoa defense. As in the back of that play, substitutions have been made with Metua Arere coming off and Michaela Tangatakino coming on. And also Efrani Nasimulu, well, she comes off and Alex Rake replaces her. Five substitutions being made by the Cook Islands as they look to rest their side. The Cook Islands still though hungry for yet another goal. Ngaroy. In fact, it's probably the first time that Orlando Ngaroy, the goalkeeper for the Cook Islands, has touched the ball in the second half. Such has been the continued attacking threat that her side have had, placing the opposition under such immense pressure that she's barely seen the ball. Nia. Now for the other substitute in Tangatakino. Tangatakino goes down. Just a bit of almost friendly fire there from the American Samoa backline. There's Kivana Herrere. Miss Stonen opts to go herself. As nearest Fish will hold back. Herrere, Fish. On the outside of a boot. And the clearance from Cosetatino lands at Alex Ray's feet. Now to Kivana Herrere. Fish plays in the box, waiting. But he missed the head of Nia. And now a strike being taken by Tangatakino. And the Cook Islands have found goal number 10. And that coming right on the stroke of regulation time. Here it is, that ball from Nere's Fish. Took her opportunity and scores her first goal for her country, albeit at youth level. As a substitution now being made for American Samoa. As Alofa Costatatino, she'll come off. Gaya Cornelio Sami replaces her. With Vailini Fonua wearing the number 15 jersey. She comes in for their injured captain in Salvation Tui Laupua, who had to be assisted off with an injury to, I think it was her right ankle. So American Samoa have also been hard done by them. Had 3 injuries as Fish opts from range. Tests out the substitute. American Samoa will be hoping for a consolation goal at least. It's been a tough afternoon, although a great learning curve for both sides. American Samoa will be hoping they can build upon this, as we have future women's tournaments in both the under 17 and 19 will occur in a few years' time. And of course there are other tournaments that also include the OFC Women's Nations Cup, FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And then of course you have the Pacific Games that comes about every 4 years, with about 27 nations that take part in the region. So there's a fair few opportunities available in the future for these young players to feature the national team, as towards the end of the 5 minutes of additional time that we see here this afternoon. Skillfully through, that's Kivana Arere. She goes down, clearance, it's a free kick given against American Samoa though. And with the substitution off of Metua Maru Arere, here's the challenge again. It was on Klashi Nia. Although Naimanu Samuelu felt she was hard done by. It'll be Nere's Fish with this free kick. With less than 60 seconds remaining here in this opening fixture of the Under 16 Women's Championships qualifying. Fish goes direct, floats it. A high delivery. Should actually shifted weight. In fact, I'd watched from here thinking she would hit that with her left boot instead. Clearance from Sammy. Lands at the feet of Alex Ray in the box. It's a decent save. American Samoa just hanging on barely. With 10 goals scored, you can just see how much more hungry the Cook Island subs are. Fish again. Great touch from Arere. as the referee Jovita Ambrose calls an end to this fixture here this afternoon, as the PNG Football Stadium, Port Moresby, plays host. The scores, it is the Cook Islands with an emphatic 10-0 victory over American Samoa. There's a ton of celebration that will occur at the moment. My oh my, the goals had come quite early, as I mentioned, in the 4th minute, and ended up with the substitute in Michaela Tangata Kino in the 91st, sorry. Those goals, well, we've seen 10 of them already. In fact, have been 4 of them scored by Metua Mara Arere. But the first of those goals had come about in the 4th minute. In fact, taking a look at the match highlights for today, more teams had come in knowing that victory was all important, the winner qualifying for the next phase of the tournament. Arere herself had started off play, but it wasn't until the 4th minute when Tehanerai Nga opened the scoring, switching the ball from right to left, and taking that short direct strike past the keeper. She found herself scoring a second and a third, though this one off of a deflection coming from Harmony Lemmy. The strike was also taken by Jahani Mastronen in the 15th minute before a free kick that deflected for Arere's first goal. That coming about in the 18th minute. Well, American Samoa had held on. It wasn't until the second half when the floodgates really opened. As we'd seen this wonderful header from Arere in the 51st minute. A strike again, actually was in the 67th and 77th minute, when she'd fully extended the lead before providing a header for her captain in the 84th minute, with Piri Savage making it 9-0. And of course the Neris Fish cross that ended up at the feet of substitute Michaela Tangatakino. Tangatakino had attempted for her second strike, but a statement being made here this afternoon. The final scores in this afternoon's fixture, as both sides had met in the opening of, well, match day 1, as Papua New Guinea plays host to this tournament. And as a result of today's fixture, well, we find that the Cook Islands are on top, with the host nation Papua New Guinea, who will feature in only a few days' time, with American Samoa at the bottom of the 3-team standings. And the matches that are upcoming in this tournament, well, on Tuesday the 21st, it'll be American Samoa taking on Papua New Guinea at 2 p.m. local time, while on Friday it is the Cook Islands, currently on top spot, taking on the host nation Papua New Guinea. And that match will also be brought to you from here at the PNG Football Stadium. Well, to all our viewers out there, we thank you very much for joining us here as we bring to you this women's qualifying tournament. It is the OFC Under-16 Women's Championships 2026 qualifying fixtures.
Oceania Football Confederation would like to take this opportunity to highlight the values that underpin the delivery of football in our region, namely respect and integrity. On that basis, we would like to remind all fans and supporters that abuse of any kind, whether online or otherwise, towards players, team staff, match officials, administrators, or anyone else connected with our game goes against the OFC values and will not be tolerated. Please remember to be kind. If you see something, say something. For any safeguarding concerns, please email safe@oceaniafootball.com.